That's right, everybody. It is showtime. Welcome to the show. You are here tonight to find out our final review and thoughts on the MSC World America. Thank you all for being with us. So without further ado, I'm going to give it a 7.75.
I got to go along with that. I'm torn between 7.5 to 8.
All right, I'm going 7.75. If you want to know why we gave it those scores, stick around. Oh, hello once again. Welcome to the show. If you are new around here, I am your host, Robert, a.k.a. The Tall Man. This is my lovely wife, Lisa, and co-host, a.k.a. Mrs. Tall Man. Not that anyone ever calls her that. We are coming to you live right now from Tall Man Mobile, somewhere here in Central Florida. Here's a beautiful look outside of, we call it faux balcony cam. It's real balcony. It just is from a previous cruise we were on, and that moonshot is such an amazing shot. We decided to use that when we're not on a ship. So full balcony cam. So tonight we are going to talk about our final thoughts on the MSC World America. We just spent 7 days on the inaugural cruise, and fantastic cruise. Had a great time, and many of you that are with us now were with us then. And again, also congratulations to Keosha for winning that replica cruise ship that we gave away. So there you go. So again, if you are new around here, we do things a little different. We do it tall man style. So let's get right to it, and we're going to start the review.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Filming Tom and style.
Well, number one, Embarcation. So Embarcation was a bit of a cluster.
Wasn't it?
Yeah. There's a couple things that some of it only affects us. Some of it may affect others out there. We have a very tall truck, and it turns out that we cannot park in their garage. And so the way that the road system is designed there, once you get to their terminal, essentially you can't leave the terminal without basically leaving the port.
Correct.
And so if you're driving a car in, you don't drop your bags and then circle around to get to the parking garage. You physically go up into the parking garage, park your car, then take your luggage out and drag it to the porters.
Yes.
If you're getting dropped off, well, then you drop yourself and your luggage off like you normally would, and then the car dropping off leaves. Well, I have a very tall truck. It will not fit in the garage. The garage will only fit vehicles up to 7 feet tall.
Yes.
Therefore, I ended up having to drop Lisa in the luggage and then basically, again, leave the port, circle around, find a flat lot that I could park in, which was basically across from Terminal E, and then I walked back about 25 minutes.
Yes.
I could have Ubered or taxied, but at that time of day, everybody was trying to get off ships and leave and stuff. I just, you know what, we'll just walk. So I think that is a really bad design for this brand new, amazing terminal they have that doesn't allow any sort of turnaround traffic.
I agree. I mean, they definitely should have some oversized parking because not everybody has the small vehicles. Some people have, RVs and, who knows what.
Just a truck.
Just a truck.
Jacked up truck.
And the price.
Yeah, $35 a day.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
very expensive to park in their brand new terminal building.
The flat lot for oversized was like $25 a day. So,
yeah.
Excuse me, everybody, $10 more. So that was a little frustrating.
Yeah.
So anyway, outside of that, we get into the terminal. The check-in process was pretty quick. You go through sort of you do the facial recognition right away, and then you put your passport. Then you go through security, through the screening, with the x-ray for your bags and stuff. And then you basically sit, which is sort of where it all falls apart again.
Yeah, well, the whole facial recognition and that part going through security, that was very smooth.
It was.
Yeah.
So we get in there. There was a bit of a delay getting on board the ship. This was the inaugural cruise, so of course things are going to be a little messy. And ultimately, they had no control over the people in their terminal.
Zero.
And it became really a big mess when it came time to actual board.
Yeah.
The reason is because there was one door that people would go through to scan their papers, their boarding pass to get on the ship. And it was just a double wide door. And everybody pushed up to that door, even though it was not their time to board. And so to get through that mess was... It was very, very challenging.
It was. Now, MSC, the staff there at the shoreside staff had asked repeatedly for people to sit down and to wait until their boarding number was called. But that just didn't happen. The more they asked people to sit down, it seemed like the bigger the doors the crowd got.
Yeah.
And they did not take control of it.
Yeah, they need to make those people sit down because it just really makes a mess.
Yeah, all they did, I mean, I didn't see anybody, physically saying, please sit down to each individual person. I mean, that would have alleviated it, but they just
Everybody,
left it
please
to the announcements.
sit down, back away from the door. This is a problem. And it was.
Which on the plus side, you could actually understand the announcements. That was very nice.
Yes.
You can understand every word they say in their new terminal.
Yeah, the PA system in there is fantastic.
Yes.
Very, very clear. Mostly it's like this one crystal clear.
Absolutely.
So it wasn't like you could say, I
didn't
couldn't
hear
hear them.
No,
you could hear people
heard.
clear. So now, even later on in the day, we were speaking with Mark and Rocky, and they had a challenge. They were sitting there. They were waiting for their number to be called, which was like 45 or something like that. And they were calling one number at a time. And I guess things finally, after the big rush, everything got a little bit smooth. And they called 44, and they're like, okay, let's put our stuff away. So they put their stuff away. And then all of a sudden it was like, all right, all other numbers. And so the same thing that happened to us at the beginning then happened to them.
Yes.
A mad rush, and it just created a cluster. So they really need to work on their embarkation process. Because it was really, really a mess.
It was.
Now, of course, once you get past that, there was then another long line to wait to get to scan your actual boarding pass to get on the ship. And so, again, a little bit messy. Again, first cruise, inaugural. I feel they'll get better at it.
Yeah, I agree.
But, this is their first large ship here in the United States, their first mega ship, if you will. So it'll get better. And so hopefully maybe they follow like what Royal Caribbean does.
I hope so.
Right? When people first show up there, the first person sits in the first chair. The next person, chair 2, chair 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All their upper, suites and loyalty members have a separate area. So they get to go first. Then once those people have gone, the people come, okay, row 1, stand, everybody leave. Right? And so it's very organized.
Yes.
There's no mess at all whatsoever.
Agreed.
So maybe they adopt something like that.
Yeah.
So that was it for embarkation.
Yes.
Shall we move on to the next subject?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. The cabins. So, overall, just generally unimpressed.
Yeah. Everything was very brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not incredibly spacious for a new ship. Like we went, we got to see 15 cabins. A lot of you may have seen that video that we did. If not, there's a playlist with all of the videos and all the content that we shot on the MSC World America. Plus, we released them separately, so all that stuff is coming out. One of the big things for me were the accessible cabins for the balconies that we saw.
Yeah.
Very skinny. The balcony is like the size of the cabin. The balcony is insane.
Wonderful for accessibility.
But it's skinny, but incredibly long. And somebody who has some accessibility issues made some comments that, they're not in a wheelchair full time, but they ride a scooter.
Yes.
And they wouldn't necessarily always take the scooter out to the balcony. He would just kind of get himself out there. But to get all the way to the rail is a problem.
Yeah.
And so,
well, there's a pinch point in the accessible balconies. You've got your bed and you've got your dresser. So the front part of the bed ends here. You get your dresser here, and it's cut away, so you have a little tiny little area to get through. But it is snug.
Yeah, I'm not sure
snug.
a scooter or wheelchair could get by
I'm
there.
not sure.
Which
sure
means
either.
they can only use the one half of the cabin.
on the one half, exactly.
And not get to the
not
balcony.
even get to the balcony.
Outside of that, bathrooms generally small.
Yes.
Again, for a new ship, decent size shower,
The showers
glass
are good
door.
size.
But outside of that, the toilets are in a precarious place. I was just fine at my height. If I was any taller or any wider, it would be a little bit tight in there, I would think.
Well, what I felt in the bathroom was they have this large sink, and I kid you not, it is about as wide as my hands are, just a big circle, which I love. But when you're trying to put a big sink into a smaller bathroom, there's only so much room you can, only so much you can do with it. And so you've got this in your way of the toilet and your leg room for the toilet. If they had used a smaller sink, I think that would have given
You'd have
you
a little bit more leg room.
More leg room.
Yeah.
Even though I love the larger sink in this case, I don't think it works.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was, I think, my main issue in the bathroom.
Yeah. Neither amazing, neither crappy.
No,
just
right
middle.
Yeah.
Right? But yet for a brand new ship, again, I think I was expecting something a little bit different, a little bit better.
I was hoping for a little bit more room to dry off.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
Okay. Thank you.
The buffet. Which is what somebody announced.
Actually did announce.
You can
over the
go up to
intercom.
the buffet. I'm like, are we at Margaritaville at sea? the buffet.
Jim is back there. Yeah, the buffet.
The buffet is huge.
It really is.
Which one would expect for a ship this size. In fact, there are two. There's the one on deck 18 and then La Brasserie on deck 19, which we're going to talk about deck 19 La Brasserie in just a minute. But the buffet was huge. Wide variety of food, and it is spread out nicely. However, I feel, after Lisa and I talking about it several times, there may not be as much variety as we would see at the buffet on the C-class ships, meaning the seashore, seaside, seascape, sea view.
We have seen a better selection on those ships.
Even though that buffet was probably twice the size.
Yeah,
right?
this buffet was huge.
I mean, the food was great. Everything was what it needed to be. There was nothing wrong with the food. Just
the selection
was a little bit less than we would have expected for a buffet that size.
Yes.
We've seen more
And
selection again on smaller ships.
And it was very spread out.
Yeah.
And what I found to be a little frustrating for me is the center area where one of the elevators led off. There was mostly deli meats, salads, things along that line, but you had to go all the way either end if you wanted to find hot food, a carvery, rotisserie chicken, anything like that.
I think they do that on purpose to spread people out.
Well, maybe they do.
Right?
But
so they don't put the main food right there. You gotta get in and spread out.
But they had like carvery on one end, and then they had like home meal stuff on the other end. So you literally had to walk the entire buffet.
Which we always suggest you do anyway, because
do.
Of variety that cruise lines provide, you have to walk it to see it all, right? So I personally didn't find that a bad thing.
Okay.
But everybody else finds a different challenge with things, and overall I just was the food was good. There was great choices.
Food was good.
We just thought there would be more based upon the size. Now, La Brasserie. Conflicting information about this particular buffet. It's on deck 19. And we've seen pictures of, for yacht club members only, this, that, whatever.
Yes.
Now, we were on this ship for 7 days, and I ate in that buffet 3 times. And not once was that sign present anyway.
Yeah.
Or anywhere.
No, I never saw it.
And even if it was, the yacht club members, they have their own restaurant in the yacht club in the front of the ship. They wouldn't come all the way to the back of the ship to go to a buffet, if you will.
Right.
So I'm not sure where that sign came from. I don't know what it's for. All I can say is the 3 times I ate in that buffet, 1 was lunch and 2 were breakfast, there was no sign indicating anything about the
yacht
club
only. Agreed. I never saw that sign, but I've seen plenty of posts on Facebook since then.
Yes.
That people are saying that that sign is there. It wasn't there when we were on the ship.
Where'd that sign come from? I don't know.
Yeah.
And that buffet on 19 in La Brasserie opens a little bit earlier than the main buffet. So if you're an early riser, that's where you should go for breakfast.
Yes.
Okay. So there's the buffet. Let's get on to main dining. Main dining. We're going to throw main dining and specialty restaurants sort of all together.
All right.
Okay. The main dining, excuse me, there are multiple main dining restaurants. There are 3 of them right in one area. There's Hexagon, Esagano, and Bubbles. All serve the same food. All for basically all the same. Esagano and Hexagon are for traditional seating, either early or late. Bubbles is for early or late and or anytime type dining. There is Les Dunes, that is for the Aria class. Again, same food as served in the other 4 restaurants. We did not have an issue with the food in the main dining at all.
No.
We thought the quality was great. The selection was great. We've seen the same menu, the same food on other ships. We enjoyed it. Now, that being said, there were things that we enjoyed on other ships that we ordered again, but it was slightly different on this ship, right? So there's a little bit of inconsistency there. And so, we've had a conversation with others around the ship and listening to people talking, and the common thread that we hear people say is, when I go to McDonald's and want a Big Mac, I want a Big Mac. And Big Mac should taste like a Big Mac. And when I went there to get this, it was a Big Mac, but it didn't taste like a Big Mac. Well, I agree, because I don't know if they changed the recipe, what they did, but slightly different, like their roasted cream tomato soup, one of our favorites that they make. And on all the other ships we've been on, they put in little pieces of, say, mozzarella
cheese,
in there. That wasn't in this.
It wasn't.
Which was strange.
And I've really grown to enjoy that mozzarella.
I know, right? So
Yes.
just slight inconsistencies. Outside of that, we enjoyed the main dining.
Yeah. I mean, the soup itself tasted the same, and it just didn't have the extra cheese in there that I've grown to love.
Now, from a specialty dining standpoint, we only did one specialty dining. We did it for lunchtime.
Yes.
And we did Italy, which is their Italian restaurant there on the World America. I believe this is the first time they're introducing Italy. And ultimately, the experience was fine. It was we're diamond level on MSC, and so we get one free specialty restaurant. We chose to go there, and as the diamond free meal, you get one appetizer, one main, and one dessert,
And one side.
in the side that comes with the main, right?
Yes.
However, the menu is presented as a 5-course meal.
It is.
So you only get to choose 3. So you're either choosing a main or a pasta, one of those two. For
A
your
soup or a
appetizer,
salad.
you're choosing an appetizer or a salad,
Yes.
one of the two,
Yes.
and of course then there's dessert.
Yes.
So, and we knew that going in, but that's still one of those kind of. I mean, really, is it really going to kill you for us to have a soup and a salad? But that's just us. The quality of the food was fine. It's got to be an American thing, but I'm a fond person of chicken parmesan, and you're not gonna find that on that menu. Now,
No.
This is an Italian cruise line, and so what you are getting is authentic, without a doubt, but it is not gonna be, for lack of a better term, Americanized.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't speak for any of the other restaurants, right? We didn't do teppanyaki this time. We didn't go to the steakhouse. We didn't do any other specialty restaurants. Didn't get to their Greek, to Paxos, several other places. We just didn't have time. And I know, right? You're there for 7 days. Well, we
were working.
we just didn't have time. So
Yeah, a lot of time.
outside of that, I've definitely thumbs up for the dining. Let's move on.
Okay.
Well, the bars. Boy,
We always struggle with this one.
we're not struggling during this show. For any of you who watched the last, or the second to last night, whatever it was,
Yeah.
I found a bar. Not really, it wasn't a bar. It was somebody's cabin with a bottle of 1942 tequila.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Okay, so outside of that moment, we really don't drink. We don't go to the bars. We don't do this. However, there's this one very, very special place on this ship. It's average. You see the name for it, so it's not necessarily a big secret, but it's called the Speakeasy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, listen carefully, okay? The Speakeasy, it is a public bar, but it is not in the public. It is by invite only. Now, how do you get invited? You get invited by finding the third officer. Now, the third officer is the officer that has three stripes. No insignia, just 3 stripes. When you find the third officer, you go up to him and say, "Excuse me, I understand you have a coin for me," or a token, but a coin. And he'll answer, "Well, why, yes, I do. How do you know about that?" Tell him the tall man sent you. I don't know. Tell him the tall man sent you, okay? He's going to give you a coin. You then take that coin. You can go to any phone, or you can go to your cabin, whatever, and you're going to dial
6932.
6932.
Yeah.
All right, and you're going to make a reservation. The person on the end of the phone is going to say, and how did you hear about that? You can say, "The tall man sent me. I saw the third officer." The third officer will give you his name.
They're going to say, "Do you have a token?"
And do you have a token?
Yes, I do.
Well, yes, I do. Okay, great. They're going to give you a reservation time, 2 to choose from, and then tell you where to go. Where you're going to go is to deck 6 forward to the red telephone booth, like in London, the old style red telephone booth.
Yes.
And when you go in there, there's another phone. At your appointed time, you're going to go to that phone booth. You're going to dial that same number, and they're going to have given you a name, Skipper. Is Skipper there? Right? It's called the Speakeasy, right? So the Skipper is going to come, and magically, like Doctor Who, the TARDIS is going to, and you are on the other side of that phone booth.
Mm-hmm.
They are now going to take you down 2 flights of stairs. So mind you, if you have mobility challenges, we'll talk about this in a second.
Yeah, you'll have to let them know.
But it is down 2 crew type steps. They're much steeper than other stairs.
Yes,
okay?
Graded metal. It's not. Yeah.
You are going down into crew area, guys.
You are.
And when you get there, you will walk into an experience like no other you've had on any other ship. And without saying much more about that, because I just wanted to make sure I described it to you accurately, Lisa and I probably had the best night of any night we've ever had on any ship we've ever been on in that bar.
Agreed. Ever. Now, I will also say it probably took me 3 days to find that third officer. So if that is something you want to do, and you need to, they only give out.
It's very limited.
It is very limited. They only give out maybe.
Maximum.
Yeah.
100 per day.
Yes.
That's 50
Thank
for
you.
each reservation. They do
Yes.
like a 7 and a 9 or something like that.
And if there's 7,000 people on there on the ship that are all wanting to get on there, that's not going to happen. This is very, very exclusive. And you got to remember, back in the days of Prohibition, you had to really want that bottle to be able to find it.
Correct.
You're going to have to want to get in there to find it.
3 days it took her to
3
find
days.
the third officer.
Yes.
Now, the drinks that are down there, they are not included in your drinks package.
No. And much like Prohibition, you're going to pay for it.
You're going to pay for it.
Yes.
Now, that being said, the only other thing I know about bars is I heard some people complaining about the mixology.
Yes.
So mixology is, one of their sort of upscale sort of, craft type cocktail locations. They have a variety of drinks. However, the number I heard was there's only 5 of them that are priced at or under the amount that your drink package would include. All the other cocktails are going to cost you a surcharge. And that was a little frustrating to people. So just know, if you go into mixology, if you're not getting one of those 5 particular cocktails, it may cost you a few more dollars. All right, let's move on.
All right.
Activities. Plenty. we can start right off with the cruise director, Dr. Reverend E. Look, a lot of people may say he can get a little annoying, especially first thing in the morning with his singing. It comes on and says good morning, but he does it in a singing reverend kind of way, which is how he gets his name. And he does that in the morning and the afternoon. He does it every day except for when it's time to get off the ship. He's very, when it's time to get off the ship because, it kind of stinks. Vacation's over, so he's not singing then. And some people find that annoying. It doesn't bother us one way or the other than, come on, man, let's just get to it because sometimes he can ramble.
He can ramble.
I can ramble too, so I understand. So outside of that, between him and the rest of the staff, I found the activities offered on the ship plentiful and a lot to do.
Agreed.
A lot to do. Look, let's just outside of the scavenger hunts and the bingos and those things. The ship is huge. It is huge. It's like an Oasis class ship from Royal Caribbean. So there's tons of things to do, from regular water slides to the dry water slides to bumper cars and roller skating and just it goes on and on and on and on and on. There is a ton of stuff to do.
Yeah, and they also have the botanical pool area that has a retractable roof, so you can still swim even in inclement weather if you choose to do so.
Love that.
Yeah, so you'll find lots to do.
All right, activities, awesome.
Yes.
Moving on. Entertainment. So they have what I would call really two main big entertainment areas. That's the World Theater in the front, and they have the Panorama Lounge in the back. And that's where sort of all their bigger things are. But there's also Lunar Park, which is also a fairly sizable venue.
Luna.
Luna.
Your Boston-ness is coming
out. What did I say?
Lunar.
Lunar Park. Luna Park. Deck 6 and 7 right in the middle of the ship. They also have events there.
Yes.
The shows in the back, the theater is beautiful. The tech is great.
Yeah.
Really amazing.
Yeah.
The shows up in the front, really all they had was Dirty Dancing. That's all they really did up there.
Yeah.
They had a country guy singing, but from like production shows, they did an hour-and-a-half version of Dirty Dancing where they timed it and literally synced it to the actual movie. That
really
was great.
Cool. Yeah.
Then they do a 30-35 minute condensed version, more of a show. I heard that was not so good.
Yeah.
We didn't get a chance to see it ourselves.
No.
I can't say firsthand, but if others are saying it's not good, I promise you I would probably be shredding the crap out of it.
You do not want to sit next to him during a production show.
No. I'm not nice. Anyway, I don't scream at anybody,
No, you don't.
Get off the stage, you hack!
No, you don't heckle anybody.
No, I don't heckle anyway. But they have their own comedy place in the loft. Entertainment everywhere.
Yeah.
So, but the stuff in the Panorama, fantastic. Dirty Dancing, I think they could have done better.
The concert, you mean? Oh,
the concert was good.
Yeah.
But they could have done better. Moving on. Customer service. Okay. For me, two things. One, for a ship this size, boy, customer service is small. It is a tiny little area, and there always seemed to be a line of some kind, though it did seem to move rather quick.
It did seem to move quickly.
There was always a line. Lisa went there way more than I did, but the couple times that I went there with her, again, the line did move fairly quick, and everybody was very friendly.
Yeah.
And very informed, it seemed.
I thought so,
with the questions we had, unlike other ships we've recently been on where, we went 3 different times and got 3 different answers for the same question. Everybody seemed to be on the same page here. So we'll definitely go with customer service has their act together.
Yes.
All right? Moving on. The ship. I have mixed emotions about the ship.
You and me both.
Okay, so first of all, Lisa and I have very plainly and clearly have spoken now and in the past that the mega ships are just not our speed for cruising.
Correct.
Just way too many people. But we throw that aside and we go. Right? So let's put that out there first. So the first thing that I would have to say about the ship, and only call it a disappointment that it's just respectfully a carbon copy of an Oasis class ship. I don't find a lot of innovation there. And for a cruise line that's coming on the way they are, MSC, I would have thought
Thank you.
that could have been a little more, I hate to use the word groundbreaking, but not steal somebody else's design. Does that make sense? Now, okay, they came up with Cliffhanger, right? But, we've got, 7 neighborhoods. Oasis class? Or Icon? 8? I didn't just see a lot of ingenuity with the ship.
I felt it was a little lackluster. It wasn't the same MSC that I've grown to love. I didn't think the ship.
Wait, she's talking about the decor.
The decor.
Their
thank
ships
you.
have a certain European flair to them.
They do, and
This ship did not.
Did not. MSC, they're known for their crystal staircases, and there's no crystal staircase in the bulk of the ship. Maybe there is in Yacht Club. We didn't get to go up in there except for a few minutes, and we weren't not where the public areas would have been.
No.
That's another story for another day. But there's a certain flair that all the other MSC ships have that this one didn't seem to have. One thing that I noticed in the sea ships, they have this great jungle pool area for the kids. And it seems like they may have brought some of those elements in the decor into the main, like in the buffet area, into more of the ship. Some of the things I did like about it, I liked that the boardwalk,
The World Promenade.
Yes, World Promenade. Thank you. I like that the World Promenade was open in the back. You can see the ocean.
That was a really nice gathering area.
It was a very nice gathering area. They did a lot of things out there. They did, I think the glow party. They did the
Silent disco.
The silent disco. They did a lot of parties out there, and it's a great area for it.
Yeah.
There's comfortable seating out there on the deck. I love those things. That's something that I felt like the Oasis class, and maybe Icon class. We haven't been on Icon class, but the Oasis class, I felt like that was kind of missing. So there's a lot of comfortable seating out there. But yeah, overall, it's just,
Yeah.
I didn't see anything that I went, oh, wow. And I know they've got those big LED, they call them palm trees in the back, that LED lights that go all the way up, and then they flare out.
She's
They
talking
look
about
like palm
the world.
fronds.
She's still talking about the World Promenade.
About the World Promenade. And yeah, that is really cool. It is. They've got, all these LED lights in the ceiling and inside. That's really cool. But I felt like they were relying heavily on those LED lights for the decor.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the rest of it is down low because you've got the candy shop back there, the sports bars back there. There's a couple shops back there. Paxos is back there.
Yes.
And so each of those facades have their own theming, but this is a 12-story space. The rest of them are all balconies.
Yes.
So I understand where you're going at.
Yes.
Look, it's a 216,000 ton
is.
ship.
It is.
It is essentially a carbon copy of Oasis class ships minus the aqua theater in the back, sort of, right? With some MSC stuff, but generally speaking, the layout and that whole mall feel is again not necessarily our tastes. That in the evening time, deck 6 in the World Galleria, incredibly crowded and incredibly loud.
Yes, but I do like that they
Where pizza
have,
and burger is.
Yes,
yeah.
I do like that they have that. It's open until 1
1
o'clock.
o'clock.
So not only do they have, it's billed as pizzas, burgers, and hot dogs, but you can get French fries. You can get coleslaw. You can get desserts, cakes, cookies, donuts,
Ice cream.
ice cream.
Yeah. All your
fresh
beverage.
fruit, like fruit salad. You can get a lot of stuff down there, other than just the pizzas, burgers, and fries,
Which, by the way,
or hot dogs.
when the buffet closes 9:30 ish, so do all the drink machines.
Yes.
So you got to go down to deck 6.
Yes.
To pizza and burger.
And even though they say that the buffet on deck 18 is open for beverages 24/7, I can assure you it is limited. They have ice and they have water. Now, that being said, it seems like there's always fresh coffee in all of the stations, but no creamer anywhere to be found. So even if you wanted hot coffee, if you want creamer, you're out of luck because it wasn't out there. The juices, your lemonade, your strawberry kiwi.
It rotates.
They rotated
It doesn't. There doesn't always seem to be lemonade there.
No.
There doesn't always seem to be the strawberry kiwi there.
No, they rotated.
There does seem to be iced tea all the time.
There did, yes.
They have orange juice, or the
Even-
facsimile of
even
thereof.
throughout the day.
Yep. Apple juice.
Yes.
And I think they're cranberry juice. And of course, the cranberry and apple are only for breakfast time. It seems.
Yeah.
So anyway.
But yeah, it was hard to find one of those that was open, and if it was open, most time it was just water coming out of it.
Yeah, it was empty.
Yeah.
So all right. Last
Okay.
but not least. Overall experience. I think I had a great time.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Throw out the challenges of getting on the ship and some of the things that we don't particularly prefer.
Mm-hmm.
I think the ship's fantastic.
Yeah.
I think it looks great. I think things are spread out nicely. We enjoyed the quality of the food, generally the quality of the entertainment, the staff, the look of the ship. Again, remember, they did make it for the U.S. market, and so maybe that is why they don't have all their European flair in there. I don't know. But ultimately, that's why I gave it a 7.75.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we had a good time. There's so many good things that outweigh any of the bad stuff that I didn't care for. And again, that's just my personal opinion on those things.
And the speakeasy was worth 1 full point.
It totally was.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Absolutely amazing.
If I would
What a great
recommend-
concept.
Yeah, I would recommend everybody diligently look for that third officer.
Good luck.
Seriously, because I would hate to miss out on that. That was fantastic.
Well, so there you go. There is our final review on the MSC World America, Tall Man Style.
Filming Tom and Style.
All right, everybody. Thank you all for being with us. I know there are a bunch of you on there. Let's get to saying hello to everybody. Macrina, first in. And no, I'm not. We're not drinking tonight. Okay, tequila. No, we're not having tequila, Charles.
No.
Macrina says, yes, I'm awake and I'm here. Ching, ching. Irene, I hope you all had a blessed Easter. We did, and we have some leftovers. We're going to have snack time in just a minute, so everybody get your snack ready. Hello, Mama Tall Man. Welcome. Daughter Tall Man and her husband and Blake, excuse me, everybody, they went on a cruise today. They left today.
They did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, Lisa, you posted the picture in the group?
No, I did not. Not yet. I will.
Oh, yeah. Blake went crawling on the ship just like I do.
He did.
Champagne, anyone? Yeah, no champagne, no tequila, nope. Barely awake, but here. Great. Slightly poking fun. No, you're not slightly poking fun. You're jabbing me, man. Uppercut. No, it's okay. I'm a big boy. I can take it. I'm a tall man. Hello, Vic. How are you tonight? Lisa, your audio is... Oh, I don't know what that means.
My audio is O.
I don't know. I have to abstain tonight. Yeah, right. Me too. Man, I'm exhausted. May have to check replay. 7.5 hours in car today. Ooh, college tour.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Sounds fine here. Okay, both your audio is on.
Okay.
Oh, well, I hope it's on. That would have been a long review that we're going to have to do again if it's off.
Oh, my goodness.
Come on, Tall Man. Yes, we can hear you. Okay. Hello,
Okay, yay.
Angela. Welcome. how many of us dislike our jobs? Bev says, I'm awake for now. Long day, so no guarantees. Danny Mac, Monday night shots with the tall man. Yeah, no. Thank you for the thumbs up.
Thank you.
Yep.
Jelly beans. You don't like jelly beans?
Oh, come on, man.
Aw.
TMC got candy. Yes, we do.
Yes.
Mother buffer.
No.
Whoa. Had my mega peanut butter and M&M's earlier. Nice.
Nice.
Charles, anything grape or even licorice makes me want to vomit. You
Our
don't like
daughter
grape?
too. Our daughter,
Man.
she can't stand grape. She says it tastes like
That's
medicine.
everything I drink is grape. The Crush grape flavored water. That's it's my love language. What is Novate?
Novate.
I have no idea. Did I say something stupid?
I don't know. If you did, I didn't catch it. Somebody's talking about me.
Group cruise on the MSC World America 2026? Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I would absolutely go back again.
I would too.
Absolutely go back again.
Yeah.
You know, even though look, 7.75 is good. I think the highest score we've ever given anything is like an 8, except for the yacht club. That was like a 10 plus.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, it's just, we had a great time.
Yeah.
Right? So,
Yeah.
hello, Ashley. How are you? Yep, balcony cam.
Yay.
Any updates on PAL? You mean that's Hal?
Oh, Hal. Yeah.
I have PAL out. We're gonna give PAL some surgery later this week and see
what happens. Yeah.
Charles says black licorice or Mike and Ike and Good and Plenty are all nasty. Yeah, I'm not fond of the black licorice.
We like the red licorice. Yeah.
Or any other flavor.
Yeah.
Any other
Green
flavor.
apple's really good.
You're missing a space for November 8th, but I see you fix.
Oh.
I gotta have something mess up. Yes, I fixed Patreon, and now says Patreon. But I have no
I see
space.
November 8th.
Yeah. Well, son of a. Yeah.
You worked on that a lot today.
I know. Damn it. That's why he says Novate.
Novate. What
Novate.
is Novate? Oh, okay. Now that makes sense.
Tandy says tall man, tall truck. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we've got a topper on the back. That's like the tallest topper you can put on there because we loaded up with crap. And so I'm like, I'm 8 foot tall. I don't have it jacked up. Trust me, I want to get it actually a little bit higher than it is because it's so big. It looks funny so low. It needs to be a little taller. But yeah, I'm about 8 foot tall, and they're 7 foot limits. And yeah, in fact, I was freaking out just driving up to the second level where you actually drop everybody off. It's not down on ground level. It's up on second level, which is something else that I didn't like about their terminal. We didn't talk about debarkation. Honestly, relatively smooth, but you come out on the first floor, but you have to take an elevator to get back up to the second floor, which is really their ground floor.
Yeah.
So even though when you get off your ground floor, their ground floor is the second level. So you got to come out, you go through all this mess, and then you got to stand in line and wait for the elevator to go back upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a little silly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that.
Outside of that, I'm not going to do a different show just for that, but I'll put it in here. The facial recognition happens like immediately after you get off the ship. Like before you get into the terminal, you scan your key card, you're off the ship, and you go through the
Before you grab your
gangway,
bags.
and then as soon as you hit the terminal building, bam, right there. That's right where the facial recognition is. So you go through facial recognition right then and there, and then you do I call it the walk of shame to get down to your bags or whatever you're going to do. But once you're done that, you got to go back upstairs because that's where everything is. It's just
A little silly, yeah.
Yeah. Irene's like, oh, I can't stand licorice. Oh, I understand. I understand. Yep, I can't even stand broccoli and cauliflower. Hey, Valerie, how are you?
Hey.
It's cheaper to park at the airport and shuttle to the port. Yeah, if
Yeah.
you're flying in, there's umpteen other ways. Now, ultimately, if you're coming in on a transport shuttle, whatever you want to call it, you do arrive on level 1, and you got to go up to level 2. Because that's where the entrance to the terminal and all that stuff is. So, but everybody else, if you're driving in,
You're on level 2.
You're on level 2.
Yeah.
So,
Interesting.
why can't people listen to instructions? I don't know, Irene. It's just everybody sit. Look, the ship isn't going to leave without you. And it's just everybody like, I got to be the first one on.
The funny thing is that when they did open up the doors, there was this man that was pushing me. He's like, excuse me. And I'm looking at him like, I don't know where you think you're going, because everybody was stopped. And he was actually one of the ones that they pulled aside and said, no, you're not. We didn't call your number.
Yeah,
so
he was like number
30
30 something or whatever.
Yeah, and they wouldn't let him in. So that was a little amusing.
They were not letting him in.
They weren't.
So, but the people they weren't letting in weren't leaving either.
No, they were just hovering.
And so, yeah, it was a
It
mess.
was a
And we
mess.
showed you that already, so we're not going to go through that again. Woo, 200 days to the group cruise. That's right.
Yay!
Join us on the group cruise. Novate. Stop all boarding, and they will eventually sit. Exactly. That's what I thought. Ladies and gentlemen, we've asked you 20 times. You're not listening. So listen to this. We are not going to start boarding and or continue boarding, whichever it is, until you all sit down.
Oh, like on our flight from coming back from New York.
Yeah. Yeah, we
There's-
almost had to abort our takeoff because there was
Our
some
landing.
dude.
Our landing.
A landing, yeah. There's some dude walking around like
We're coming in for our landing, and
3 minutes from touching ground.
And the pilot actually came on and said, unless all passengers are sitting down, we will abort. You have to sit down for us to land.
Yep. Anyway,
Yeah.
Everyone wants to do whatever they want to do. No, I understand.
Yeah.
Whoop whoop. I'm agreeing. Oh, John L. seems to be set up the same as NCL Terminal in Miami. Had no issues with crowding. Seems to be set up the same way NCL Terminal in Miami. Had no issues with crowding.
And we have not been inside the NCL terminal in Miami, so I don't have a reference for you on that. I cannot verify that one way or the other. But I'm glad there were no issues with crowding.
Hey, Carol. Public bars were so-so. Private bars were kicking. Oh, my gosh.
You are not kidding.
Yep,
oh, my gosh.
John says the speakeasy sounds phenomenal. I'm
It
glad you
was.
enjoyed it. Yeah, guys, I'm telling you, if you make your way, it took some time. Find that third officer.
You got to do it.
We learned after the fact there are several different third officers. Obviously, it's a very large ship. There are the actual third officers of the ship. It's not a gag. It's not a cast member portraying to be an officer. It is the actual third officer. And at the end, customer service, they didn't say how many third officers they have, but they said many. And so, day 1, you might see John. Day 2, it might be Rick. And day 3, it might be Sally. I don't know, but
And just
3
because
stripes.
they're wearing 3 stripes does not mean that they have coins either.
Yes.
So there's that too.
Yeah, because they may be out.
Yes.
Remember, only 50. Or,
Yeah.
well, 50 for each reservation.
Yeah,
very
100 per
limited.
day. So that's spread out between however many third officers they have walking around. Yeah.
Ashley says, I love speakeasies. If I ever go on that ship, I'll definitely be looking for the third officer.
You have got to look and find it.
Hello,
yeah.
Dr. Cherie.
Don't want to miss it.
Cruises Forever. Robert and Lisa, since you did 2 inaugurals back-to-back, please name one thing on cruise. What was your favorite and most hated thing on each cruise? All right, so let's start with the last one we did, the World America, because it's the freshest.
Okay.
One thing we liked, speakeasy.
Heck yeah.
One thing I hated, 1942 tequila. No.
Oh my
no,
gosh.
that's wrong. It actually was really good. Hang on.
I'm not sure
What
that
did I
I
hate?
actually hated anything. My least favorite thing, if you want to say least favorite, is probably the assortment, the selection on the buffet, and that it was you had to walk both ends to see everything. That was probably my least favorite thing.
My least favorite thing is after 9 or 9:30. We don't buy the drink packages, right? Soda or any kind of drink packages. And down at Deck 6 at Pizza and Burger in that area, it's a mess. We didn't shoot any video of it, but it is packed. It's crowded.
Everything on Deck 6 is crowded.
It's a mess. So to have to go down there to get something other than water, that is my least favorite thing.
The funny thing about talking about Deck 6, that chocolate shop, Jean-Philippe chocolate shop, that was like doorbusters for Christmas. Every night that place was packed. It was crazy. That chocolate, oh my gosh.
So
Crazy. So sorry. I didn't mean
That's
to
all
get
right.
sidetracked. It just made me think of it.
the aqua, one thing we liked. Honestly, the decor of the ship is stunning. It really is beautiful.
It really is.
I really loved the way that ship looked. The one thing I hate, lack of seating everywhere. There you go.
I could go with both of your statements on that. I in the Aqua, I liked that the staterooms were larger. The bathroom was larger. I loved that, and yes, that goes along with the decor. But yeah, hard to find a table anywhere or a
Yeah.
chair anywhere.
Yeah.
Very hard.
Yep. Good evening, the Cam fan. Hello,
Hi.
Elaine. It's Tuesday. No, it's Monday. It's Monday. Lisa, did this MSC ship have free cappuccino, or was that on the yacht club cruise? That was the yacht
that
club.
was the yacht club.
Yep.
I think the Seashore had it. They had the machines, but they were not set that you could make cappuccino. Your selection was Americana or decaf.
Yep.
Yeah.
Valerie B says, it sounds to me, based on your view, the true MSC ships are the older class ships, i.e. Seaside class or Fantasia class, and the world class ships may be too Americanized to bring in people from, or Americanized to bring people in from RCL. Maybe.
That's a possibility.
Maybe. Yeah, that's a great synopsis of what we've said. Look, it's a carbon copy of Oasis class ships.
I wouldn't call it a carbon copy, but it's a footprint. It's definitely the footprint.
Just if you remove the Aqua Theater from Oasis class ships, it's the same damn ship. It is.
I like the setup a little bit better on the ship because of the way that the interior, you don't have the balconies overlooking the inside and there where all the noise level is.
Yeah.
It's all on the outside. So I liked that better about the MSC ship.
Yeah. The only thing different, again, the Aqua Theater, the MSC, the World America, it doesn't have a central park.
Yes.
It doesn't have a central park. It's got
Correct.
the promenade in the back.
Yes.
Like the boardwalk. It's got the World Galleria, kind of like the
promenade.
and on the Oasis class ships. It just doesn't have central park. But yes, to her point, there are no inward-facing balconies that overlook the World Galleria, where all that stuff happens. However, there's plenty of stuff that goes on the World Promenade in the back of the ship, and I promise you, all those balconies were hearing that clearly.
Oh, not as much as they would have from Luna, though. That was loud. And
Oh, yeah.
Luna Park was so loud.
I believe it or not, I could hear the silent disco up on deck 18.
Could you?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
The silent disco is not so silent.
Not when everybody's got they're all singing.
Yeah. It seems you liked it better than Aqua. Oh, 1,000,000%.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
funny. I liked the MSC Cruise itself better than the Aqua, but honestly, I really did like the ship, the Aqua. It's a beautiful ship.
Yeah.
It really is.
That's why I would love to go back on it
But
when it's doing its regular thing.
yeah, I just I didn't enjoy the cruise on the Aqua, but the ship itself is beautiful.
Alex wants to know, where on the ship did you find the third officer?
I found the third officer on the World Promenade.
Out in the back of the ship
out
by
in
the
back of the ship.
by the sports bar.
Yeah, I was heading towards the sports bar to get copies of menus, and there he was. I was like, oh, is that 3 stripes? And he says, well, yes, it is.
They're on the Carnival Glory. They're doing a 4-day.
The kids?
Yep.
Yeah.
They left today.
Yeah.
Yep, so
I'm gonna have to post a little video of Blake getting on the ship. It's so cute. It's just like Pop Pop.
If you do the highlights and walk up and I jump on the ship, that's exactly what he does too. Wonder where he got that from. All right, snack time, everybody.
Ooh,
Grab your
yay.
snack music. Here we go.
So here we go again, it's no surprise. 'Cause we know better than to roll the dice. So take this love and try to make it new. You can't fight it when it feels so true. You drive me crazy like no one else. The final moment before I lose myself. And it's no use working 9 to 5 if you want more than to stay alive. So come on over, we can make it through. Take my hand, I know just what to do. On the beat, keep dancing through the night. Stay up until the morning light, the morning light. Oh, so come on over, we can make it through. Take my hand, I know just what to do. On the beat, keep dancing through the night. Stay up until the morning light.
All right, everybody. Snack time is over. What did you have for snack tonight? Leave it down in chat. All right.
I did miss popcorn. They did have popcorn on the ship, but it needed butter.
Oh. So our audio is on for a 5-minute pre-show. We heard both of you chatting to each other. Oh, great. Oh.
Whoops.
Hang on. Wow. Hey, look at that. Wow. Well, hopefully I wasn't cussing.
Whoops.
Karina, did I say anything fun?
What about me? Did I say anything mean?
Hey, Kiosha, there she is.
Hey!
The winner.
Thank you. Thank you.
Winner, chicken dinner. Great review. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Yep. Everything's been ordered, by the way. It'll take a few weeks, but we'll keep in touch
Yes.
and let you know when we're able to get it out to you.
Yes.
Of course. Oh, you know what?
What? Are we? No. No.
No.
Do we have to tell everybody?
No. We're so bad. It seems that the entertainment on the Aqua was better than World America. Yes.
Yes.
The entertainment on Aqua was phenomenal.
Yes.
It really was.
Yeah. Without a doubt.
Yeah, those shows were great. Yeah, the Dirty Dancing, it really the long version of it, which they did as a matinee. It was an hour and a half, and they timed it to the movie. I mean, it was a really cool concept. That was really neat. I enjoyed that. That was kind of a cool, the musician producer side of me enjoyed that for the whole timing and syncing it. And I mean, there's a lot of effort that goes into that. That's not just let's go do this. I mean, there's a lot of work that goes into that, especially because they have the movie playing in the background, right?
Yeah.
And so that was good, but it wasn't like, wow. I mean, I could appreciate the tech behind it and what they did, but it just sat there.
Well, if you go back and watch the movie, the first part of the movie just kind of sits there, and that's kind of
Anyway,
you know,
So
like everything, it's
just out there.
You got to figure out what's going on, and then it gets better. It picks up.
But I didn't see the production show. But a couple people that we saw the 35-40 minute version of it, more the production show. They said that was crappy. So anyway, hang on.
Houston snack time was over.
Well, they're jelly beans. These are weird jelly beans. They're like
gourmet jelly beans, but they're a little on the chewy side. They're like great flavors.
They're like gummy bear chewy.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Instead of
I
jelly
like the
bean
flavors
chewy.
though. The flavors are really good. Yeah.
Vic says, I'm doing great. How are you two? We're fantastic.
Thank you.
Cruises Forever is flying out tomorrow for Mediterranean cruise. Can't wait.
Yay.
Yeah.
Let us know if you're going to Athens and need a guy. We got a guy.
Yeah. You saw our video about our guy, right?
Yeah.
You got to use our guy. we get no credit.
No.
This isn't a use them because we get paid kind of a thing. This was we had a friend of ours turn us on to this guy. His name's Fotis, and he's in Athens, and this guy's phenomenal. We I don't want to call him a tour guide.
He's not.
So I mean, he's not going to drive you around, then get out of the car with you, and then walk you through everything and tell you everything about it. However, he is going to bring you wherever it is that you want to go, talk to you about Athens and or wherever it is you're going, and some different things. Will help get you to where whatever tickets you need, these kind of things. If you go to lunch,
Stop traffic.
Stop
if he
traffic.
Needs to.
Yeah. It's hard to explain. I mean, we spent like 8 or 9 days with him total from when we first got there to get on the cruise, and then the 7 days after the cruise, and wow, just phenomenal time with Fotis.
Yeah.
So we did a video on him, and his contact information is there. If anybody's ever going to Athens, and you don't buy an excursion,
No. Call Fotis.
book Fotis.
Yeah.
Or
email Fotis.
Going to be I think his phone
Email.
number and or Facebook, whatever.
All
Anyway,
the stuff is in there.
It'll be half the cost, and you'll get 100 times better experience.
Yes.
Without a doubt.
Yes.
Anyway, Macrina's like, chocolate licorice is great. Haven't tried chocolate.
Oh,
Haven't
no,
tried chocolate.
I haven't either.
I was watching other vlogs, and they weren't as kind as you on the reviews for MSC World America. Yeah, we've spoken to a few people that, and I don't want to say things before people release their videos, but we've talked about this about every cruise ship we go on, and it was no different than the NCL Aqua. There were people that had a great time on the NCL Aqua. We had a not so great time on the end. We're on the same ship. Same stuff happened to them that happened to us, but we didn't enjoy our time there. We didn't enjoy, all the food that we had. We didn't enjoy. There was lots of things that we did not enjoy. So, same thing with MSC. Things that we enjoyed, others did not. So, it's hard to take one opinion as the see it all, know it all opinion. It's an opinion based upon how we like to cruise, and the style of entertainment we like to watch, the style of food we like to eat. Again, we don't really drink, but cocktails are different things, right?
And how we like to relax,
Right.
and how we like to be active.
Right. And so
it is very, very, yeah.
So those are
experience, but yeah.
those are what our opinions and views are based upon, are those sets of criteria. Somebody else has got a different set of criteria. Somebody else that's a drinker. Probably the first part of their review is going to be the bars, because they're bellied up to the bar the whole time, right? Which was one of the things that people were talking about. NCL,
yeah.
because their more at sea package is much more amicable price wise for alcohol than any of the other ships.
Yes.
And we had one comment on one of the videos. Let's see. You don't like to drink? I love to drink. You don't like to go to specialty restaurants? Well, that's all I go to. Now, why the f*** am I listening to you? Am I? Well, I don't know. You leave anytime you like. I mean, I don't have you handcuffed here. So, I don't know. We're two simple-minded, middle-class, hard-working people that love to go and have a good time. What is our idea of a good idea? Fun activities to do, good shows, entertainment to see at night, great food. I wouldn't. It doesn't have to be gourmet food, right? We're not out eating at Pepe Le Pew's 4 times a week, right? Just I think that y'all who watch us get it.
Yeah. I agree. I think
If you've never seen us before, maybe
Yeah.
you don't get it. But for those who are around, Chris and the rest of you guys,
I think you guys, a lot of us are very like-minded,
Yeah.
and like the same type of things and activities, or understand the differences, and can appreciate the differences. Yeah. But there's some people that just, well, I don't agree with you, and that's the end of the story, and they're not willing to understand why, and yeah, okay.
and I think we judged them fairly and harshly where they needed to be. Embarcation sucked. The cabins are blah, just basic B flat. Bathrooms are tiny. Entertainment in the main theater, Entertainment in the panorama, fantastic. Overall entertainment, pretty good. The different duos and singles and stuff like that. Cruise director, great. A little repetitive, but great. Food, generally, good. Again, we didn't go to all the specialty restaurants.
No, we didn't.
So,
we
anyway.
didn't.
I hope we get licorice in our group cruise swag bag. I love your hints, Danny. Jealous. Same builder. Oh my God. I love a silent disco. Oh, it's so fun to watch.
It is, and
Yeah.
I tell you, there were so many people at the silent disco, probably more than I've seen any
Oh,
other
yeah.
silent disco.
It was
and
huge.
It was huge, and they were having a ball. Yeah, they were having a really good time.
Because it's like often duplicated but never replicated. Agreed. Yeah, it's interesting. That's why when it came to the ship, that was my first comment. That they
copied.
they copied, right?
Yeah.
There's no other cruise ship out there that has that Y hull design.
No.
Just Royal.
Yeah.
MSC just copied it.
Yep. I agree.
What I'd like to also do is go back, and I haven't done it yet, is who was first? The Haven or the Yacht Club?
The Haven, the Yacht Club, or the Retreat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That would be some good information.
Now, based upon our experience and many of the others that we've spoken to, there's only been one different.
Yes.
Everybody prefers the Yacht Club over the Haven.
Yes.
Or yeah. So.
Yeah.
Macrina says, my son is 27, and on each cruise, we jump from the jetway onto the ship, and we say, off the ship, on the ship. It's a tradition.
Love it.
I don't say the off the ship, on the ship, but
Yeah.
I do the jump. You guys
Love
see
it. Yeah.
Peanut butter egg, nice. Popcorn sounds real good right now. Awesome.
I missed the popcorn.
Danny says, Ashley, if it's red, it's not licorice. It's strawberry. Dude, where's our licorice? We got some green.
We've got some green apple
Yeah,
licorice.
oh my gosh, it's to die for.
Yeah, it's really good.
Team C, what's said in the pre-show stays in the pre-show. I'm going to have to go delete the pre-show now. Just play the intro and talk about what you won't tell us. Yeah, we probably bear it all. Who knows? Okay, Danny, I'll take it though. LOL. No black licorice. Yeah, no. Fine, I'll take the black licorice. I want to go back to Greece so bad.
Twist my arm.
Yeah, so do we.
Love Greece.
So do we.
Yeah, we do too.
Absolutely. The food was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Best meals Greece and Italy are the two places that I've been that have just had the most incredible food.
Oh, right? Oh, my goodness, yes.
You can, Irene, you can have all that black licorice. Perfect. Seems like most of the TMC group understand, and many times cruise like try to get the most out of the money spent, so we can cruise more. Yeah. So if we save dollars on extras, we respect your. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. I may have missed it or forgot, but how was the pizza?
Oh,
It's
MSC.
Their
Pizza's
pizza's
amazing.
the best at sea. Period. Yeah, we they had pizza in multiple locations.
They did.
So the pizza that was up on the main dining was fantastic.
The buffet.
The buffet.
Okay.
Sorry, I said main dining.
Yeah.
The buffet was fantastic. There was a small little place closer to the pool that had some pizza. It wasn't the traditional, round. It was more square deep dish. I didn't try that.
Yes, I didn't try that either because it's deep dish.
Yep, I didn't try that.
Yeah.
So I can't speak for that. Then they also had pizza downstairs, right, on deck 6
Yes.
at Pizza and Burger.
Yes.
I didn't have that one at all, but Lisa had it one night, and she said it wasn't as good as the one on the buffet.
Yeah. Yeah, I had it one night, and the top looked perfect, but the bottom, the crust was burnt. So
I
was
ate
like,
pizza
"Eh."
4 times on that ship.
I had it 3 times.
Which is 3 times more than any other ship I have. Oh my God. Talk about ice cream. You had this last time in Italy.
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 Yes.
Well, she said Italy.
Yeah.
Before you jacked up your shoulder. Talk about the ice cream you had this last time in Italy before you jacked up your shoulder. Talk. She was,
what is we were to asking?
yeah,
I was
I
asking
can't
him what
think of
that
the
was
name of
called.
It is like grapple or
Yeah.
it looks like another word, but it's pronounced different. I'm gonna have to figure it out.
I asked him that while we were in Italy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, "Is this what you had?"
Yeah, no, that's not what I had, but it was good. In Italy, on the ship.
Yes.
The ice cream
they had gelato. It was really good.
Gelato was good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, just great ship, right? Great time, World America. Just if you've become a fan of MSC as I was going to say Valerie, not Valerie, and I'm sorry, Valerie, but as Angela was surmising, was Angela that surmised it, right? Or was it Valerie?
It was Valerie.
Was it Valerie?
Yeah,
that surmised
Valerie's.
it? Yes, Valerie. Thank you, Valerie. MSC ships shy of this one. I don't even know what the World Europa is because we've not been on it.
No.
We may have to go on that one to check it out.
We might have to now.
There's just this sort of, in our opinion, we'll call it a great European sort of style. They use mirrors and they're
lots of marble and rich
just
colors,
shiny stuff, if you will. Just this great decor. She said, like the crystal, stairs and all these things. It's just that this ship doesn't have.
Yeah, no.
Doesn't mean it's not a great ship. It's just a departure from their norm.
Yeah.
And they may have done that on purpose because it's an American-based ship. Plus, like Chris said, maybe trying to go after that American market a little bit more Royal Caribbean crowd because it is essentially an Oasis-class ship, right? So, but we'd go on it again, without a doubt. Hello, Nurse Tara. How are you? I'm having some more jelly beans.
Thank you.
These things are so good.
They are really good.
I'm ruining my dinner. It's a late dinner for us tonight, everybody.
It is a late dinner for us.
Okay, so what's coming for us? We're going to be on dry land for a few weeks. Then we have another cruise coming.
We do.
So, we'll be on Sunday to do our weekly recap
Okay.
of the news.
Alrighty.
Group cruise! Group, join us on our group cruise, Novate 2025. There's some info on it.
No bait. Come join us November 8th, 2025.
There'll be meet and greets,
Parties.
pineapples,
ducks. And of course, the live shows.
Don't miss our first ever group cruise. We'll see
you
you on the horizon. We've been muted the whole freaking time. Since snack time.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Oh my gosh.
Watch. Muted.
You've gone way past the muteds.
Silent disco. This is the tall man version of the silent disco.
All right, so you got to pan back up and let's see what was the last
Okay,
thing you guys heard?
This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to create a separate scene now, and it's just going to say snack time. Basically, what I've been doing is just muting where we are right now and then unmuting. I have to remember to unmute. So.
Oh, my goodness. Angela,
thank you, Angela,
so much. Thank you.
That was just the... No, that's just not fast enough.
No, it's tiny. It's slow.
I know.
Look at that.
Yep. Mama Tall Man just texted me. You're off. Oh my God.
Man.
Oh. Why is it not
It's
dancing
not coming
more?
on.
I know. Just everything there. It's just so slow.
Well, Angela, we're trying to get you a little flashy lights there.
There we go. Fireworks. We'll do that.
There we go. Yay. Thank you so much.
Angela has to pay him to talk. No, I figured it out before. I saw muted. I'm like, me.
Oh, man.
They're like, Mama Tall Man, call him.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Danny, I will. I'll give you my phone number. You guys can have it. Mr. Dumbass, yeah. I have never claimed to be smart. How long is it going to take before they realize that there's no sound? Oh, you sing it now. Oh, at least we have each other. Winner, chicken dinner. Son of a bitch.
Oh my gosh.
Group cruise and
So group cruise is the last thing you guys heard?
interesting. So it wasn't
It wasn't
snack time.
It was group
It
cruise.
was after the group cruise.
All right, so it's not as
I don't.
it's not. You guys weren't in silence as long as we thought. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. Okay, now I got to scroll back 627 comments. Again, thank you, Angela.
Thank you very much. Really.
No, you didn't have to do that to get my attention.
No, you didn't.
Mr. Forgot. But Ashley was asking about the pizza. Pizza was fantastic. I had it 4 times. I think we've already heard that.
Okay.
Hello, Nurse Tara. The Crystal Staircases in the yacht club. It is, but on all the other ships, it's everywhere.
In the public areas as well. Yeah.
Yep, so.
Hickey Nuki wanted to know if there was one
Hickey Nuki,
food.
one food. For me, pizza and pasta.
For me, pizza, pasta, and they had on the buffet country fried steak, which was totally delicious.
And I know pizza and pasta is 2 things, but I can't separate them.
Yeah.
And again, in this case, Bev put in the Haven, started in 2005, the Yacht Club 2008.
So we were talking about
the sincerest form of flattery is
copying. Yeah.
So, but, come on, man. Come up with something unique.
Yeah.
Group cruise. If we're in South Florida by the end of mid-May, yeah, I'll email you. Speak up. It's funny. There's more people on here watching with no sound than watch us when we have sound. What's that telling you? We're just going to stop talking. That's it. Okay, I'm not going to do it too long.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, guys.
It's decade all over again.
True.
It's just like I spent, not all day, but some hour fixing this, and now I got to fix it again.
Novate.
I forgot the damn space.
Use your button. Use your button.
Yeah, it's not bad. Yes. Danny's like, I can read lips.
Yay! I'm glad you understood what we were saying because we talked a lot.
Patricia's like, we should be able to read lips by now. We give you enough practice.
He's saying how great Danny Mac is.
Danny, if you're so great, you'd know my number already. Maybe they should get rid of those headphones. The headphones have nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
You know, that has nothing to do with it. We still wouldn't know. Silent.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she texted. Of course, we had figured it out by them. Lisa said something was good, but really good, but I missed what.
That was the country fried steak was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard nothing after the group cruise. They just in super chat. Thank you. Okay, let's get to another one. How long is it going to run? So I've seen it now. But
Quite a while.
Winner chicken dinner. Thank you. Wow. Group cruise. Thanks, Mama Tall Man. Of course, I figured it out before any of it. Just like I looked down. There's Lisa talks free. You know what? Just I do this all the time, guys. I'm not. So.
You got to talk for it to be the light to be on.
Right there. Oh, sorry.
There it is.
It's reversed.
Yeah, it's
you
reversed.
can see the little window there, and you can see it just the green thing goes up and down when I'm chatting. So at any moment, I can see, if it's on, and I do occasionally look over, which is how I saw we were muted. Here we go. Sorry.
Thank you.
So anyway, show you behind the scenes. Of course, I don't know. It's crooked. I'm like, how could it be crooked? It's in the same place.
Just leave it. I knew
am.
as soon as you did that.
I know.
Yeah,
Whatever.
just leave it. Just leave it.
We need a behind the scenes cam. Beep. That's right. The muted channel. McCready's like, hard to get subscribers when nobody can hear you.
Oh my gosh.
What's up? Here's a new subscriber. Thanks for joining
you.
TMC, the muted channel, where we talk and you make the up yourself. And Mark here, great meeting you both on the inaugural sailing. Hey Mark, how's it going?
Nice to meet you.
We never ran into you again.
No.
I had been looking for you like every day after the night of the passenger.
Yes.
You did hear. He's fine.
Yes.
It all worked out. We ran into we didn't run into the captain. We went into to an event. The captain was there. Went up, took a picture with him, thanked him, and said, "And amazing that you were able to make up the 6-hour loss of time." And he goes, "Yeah, not just that, but I just heard they gave us a call that he's going to be just fine."
Yes.
So we've been looking for you to tell you that, but I couldn't find you anywhere.
Did you actually get to go on cliffhanger? I didn't.
Yeah,
I wanted
she
to, but I didn't do it.
Make sure we're talking.
Yes.
I think what I need to do is that. From now on, I just move the box right where our heads
it's
are.
right in our face.
So I can't see our faces anymore.
Maybe.
If more watch when you're silent, it tells you we are cheap dates. That's why we watch you drive cross country all night long. Yeah, we have a drive coming up in June, I think.
June.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is the same old programming. We already had 10 minutes of this, right?
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
We expected a whoopsie at every show. Yeah, it's like, why do people watch NASCAR? They watch it to see the crashes, right? That's why you watch us. You wait for the crash and burn. Every show, there's going to be one.
At least one.
Is it are they going to show up drunk?
Are they
going to have special guests with champagne? Or are they going to talk for 30 minutes without their microphones on and have no idea? Even though the chat's going bleep, 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 bleep.
Oh gosh. gosh, you guys are awesome. Thank you.
Just a gigolo, and everywhere I go, people just tell me I'm a dumbass. Oh my God. They have live mics on the pre-show and muted during the show.
Oh my gosh. There's just something totally wrong with that.
I mean, none of it makes sense. It's the same program.
Oh, good Lord.
I don't know what to tell y'all. Give me your cell. I'll call you and yell at you.
We will.
That is a challenge to get your number without giving it to me. I don't know. Yeah, they need a vacation, right? It's funny. I wouldn't mind a vacation. We go on these cruises, which are vacation for everybody else, but we work the whole damn time. Yes, we take a few moments for ourselves, some time, but it's not vacation. We've talked about it before. It's okay. It's not a complaint. We enjoy it. That's why we do it. Patricia's like, agreed, Linda. Oh, the X use is because Robert is technology challenged.
He's not actually technology challenged. I am. He just gets running his mouth and forgets to look.
So I won't move the camera again, but one of those windows that you saw, it was right next to where you could see the sound levels, they're called scenes. And there's a scene for everything we do. Like when I go to balcony cam, that's a scene. And then I can go, up one more, which will be the gangman style, and then come back here. Anyway, that's a scene. And so I have scenes for everything. When we're going through the review, right? Like when we go to the entertainment. When I click entertainment, that's a scene. And then that one will automatically roll to the very next scene. And so all this is a show that's in a folder. And every time we do our reviews, I open the folder and we just go to work. Now, of course, this time I changed the group cruise novate thing, right? I fixed all of that, but the muting and the unmuting and muting, that never changes. So how it was working one show and now not working another show is beyond me.
And he runs through it every pre-show, everything.
And look at the green thing.
Yes. And it all looks like it's running smoothly, and then all of a sudden, the things that you don't
behind the scenes, that's a $100 excursion. Yes, we're gonna have one gathering on the group cruise. It's $100 per person. We can come sit behind and watch me cuss for an hour as I'm setting this up every time. Gotta get this normal stuff and. This is Robert. When is your next cruise? Soon.
Yes, very soon.
Soon. I heard. I couldn't believe he made it through that episode, even after Puerto Rico lost power the next day, right?
Oh, I'm glad you heard, yeah.
He did not do cliffhanger, was too scared.
Oh, man.
I know you're wanting to do it
on the port day.
At the port day, the private island, because you didn't want to do it over the ocean.
Yeah, he told me that you had wanted to do a port day. I was like, oh, that's great. I'll have somebody to sit next to, and we couldn't find you.
Yes.
I was looking for you.
Yes, Macrina, it's like watching a train wreck. Thank you. Keeping it real. I tell you, we're real people. We are real people. We try to put on a good show, but it's interesting about being an entertainer, right? Mm-hmm. Every night you get on stage, you may play the same music, but something's going to go wrong. It just does. It's live, and there's technology involved. Something is going to blow up, and it's what you do in those moments that separate you from the rest. Because some people would just fold up.
Heck, we were in the theater. Remember the one, the moving light canister that just flopped? We were like, it's technology. It's going to happen.
Like when you go into one of the theaters on any ship, they've got moving lights. They move all around. They're kind of like our camera. They move 360 degrees up and down, and they talk to the lighting console through what's called DMX. It's just a cable, right? It's just language, DMX, and it's called an address. And every once in a while, one of these lights will just lose its address, just out of the blue for no reason, and just start, just doing whatever it wants to do or do nothing. In this case, we're sitting there for pre-show. This was for Dirty Dancing, and all the rest of the lights are focused doing the thing, and this one light just straight down.
It was a spotlight on the people that were sitting
Yeah.
under it. I don't think they even noticed.
None of the rest of them were that way. That's how I knew
No.
it had lost its address. It's just sitting there, and I'm looking at them like, I wonder how long before they're gonna, get to that, because it's kind of a reset process. You got to go in, and anyway. So sure enough, about 15 minutes later, it and it popped back where it was supposed to be. But it's just technology. Sometimes it's just boom. Marina says, Robert, me, and Danny can be your comedy writers. You write the stuff, man. Mark says, I could go for a vacation too. What a novel idea. But you were on vacation. We were sort of working.
Yeah.
Don't change anything. We just got the audio back. Dude,
Don't touch anything.
I don't touch nothing. Nothing. But I will give you this. Bam! We'll give you some balcony cam.
Faux balcony cam.
Full balcony cam.
Yeah.
Right? Entertainment. Dude, this is what it's like. You can tell them. We sat for hours, you and I and Lisa, and this is exactly how we are in real life. Mark and I were hanging out. Mark's also friends with Mark and Rocky. This is not the Mark of Mark and Rocky, but Mark's also friends with Mark and Rocky. And we were up just hanging out. This was the night of the gentleman who had a heart attack. And they had already made the announcement that, you heard over the intercom, the medical emergency. And anyway, so we're up there. I'm like, is it me, or are we going really slow? And we figured out pretty quickly that we really were not moving. And we knew we had to move faster than that to get to where we were going. And like, yeah, we're hovering. And I don't know, a couple hours later, all of a sudden you see the lights at the back of the ship doing this, because you could still see the lights of Puerto Rico. And so they started doing this. I'm like, we're turning around.
Yeah, and we were turning so fast. I literally, when I saw the lights, it looked like, lights from another boat or something that was just speeding by. And I was like, oh, somebody's coming up to us.
No.
And then I stood up and I could see the lights from Puerto Rico and realized we were turning.
Yep. So we turned around and he hit full throttle, 23.7 knots.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
muting seems to always happen after you show the group cruise. Yeah, I don't know why. It shouldn't.
No, he tests that every night.
I don't know if like I said, there's a glitch in their system because during the group cruise, it's obviously muted. But when it comes out, again, it goes to the next scene. The scene that we're actually in right now is the scene below the group cruise video. I don't know. Anyway, it's a dinner and a show. TMC train wreck. I think Danny Maniger are real people too. That's what we type is. I am in sure, Danny. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. We're all hilarious. Yeah, we are. Have you already discussed the lack of inaugural gift? No, we forgot that.
Oh yeah. I didn't forget it, but we. Just,
oh no, I forgot.
Did you really?
Yeah, they didn't give us nothing.
And not
Very
only
disappointing.
that, there was no inaugural season gift shirts and merchandise at all in the gift shops.
Nothing.
So we have nothing to remember our inaugural cruise by. Not even a piece of paper. At least we got a piece of paper that said, "Hey, you were on our inaugural cruise."
Yeah, from
we got
the
that
Aqua.
from the Aqua, but we didn't. We got nothing.
Thank you, Mark. Yeah,
Yeah.
for reminding us. Yeah. Yeah. Very, very. That was some of the points that I took off, but I forgot to mention why.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So.
But, it's fine.
TMC lost their address. I got my diamond gift, but nothing specific to World America. No, yeah, we got the little pouchy thingy.
Yeah, the little makeup kit, toiletry kit, whatever, and champagne and chocolate.
Do they call those lights dumbass lights? I think they're just called meters, but for me, that's what they are. I'm going to change the name of it. Instead of sound levels, it's just say dumbass levels.
What was it? TMC is now what? The muted. What is it?
The muted channel.
Channel.
The
That's
muted
it.
channel.
The muted channel. Yeah. That's good. I don't remember who said that, but that's perfect.
Danny McCreen, one of the two. See, and then there's that. I do something stupid like that.
What did you do? I missed it.
The screen got bigger.
Did it? Oh. There you go.
No, that's because I don't have it locked. If I have it locked, it's the same thing. I could not mute because it's, or actually I could. How's that possible?
I don't know, but you just did.
I know I did. Testing it. So.
Oh, interesting.
All jokes aside, we love you. Yes, we know.
Yeah, we know you do. We you guys have to be on still.
Right? All right, y'all. We've had a fantastic time, but we've got some hamburger to cook up.
Yep.
Lisa went shopping today, and
I did.
I didn't look at the bill, but something tells me it will hurt.
Yep.
Mark says, still grateful for the opportunity to go and really enjoyed otherwise. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I know you came in, I think you came in late, but we gave the ship out of a 10. I rated it 7.75, and I think we agree.
Yeah, I said somewhere between 7.5 and 8. So
Yeah.
that would be 7.75.
Yeah. So, there were some good things and there were some bad things. And I hope some of the bad things, they'll look, we know they listen, and they'll make some improvements. And, I think some things they can't improve. They can't improve the terminal. I'm sorry, the physical streets, the coming and going, the height. That's a me thing because I got a tall truck, right? But anybody else, you literally can't turn around.
No.
If you pull in to that terminal and you leave that terminal, the next chance for you to turn around is literally just before you go over the bridge. You're all the way down by Virgin.
Yeah, that's
and then
crazy.
you got to sink your way all the way back.
That's crazy.
Absolutely, man. Hey, man, group cruise.
Yeah.
Mark, group cruise.
Yes.
Send me an email. Oh, he can't see.
Oh.
Send me an email. Come on the group cruise with us, man.
Yeah.
You're a great hang.
Yeah, absolutely.
You'll fit in great. All right. Yeah, we're going to get out of here. We love you all. We really do. We don't have to go home, but we do have to get the hell up out of here. I should have probably put beep where I said the word, but
You probably should have.
yeah, but that's me.